Hello and welcome to a World of Tanks 8.7 release notes video. You probably have already seen all of the changes to the game anyway, but it has got an interesting game in the background. This is a replay of my tier 7 IS going against some tier 9s and actually doing pretty well. I don't do a whole ton of damage as you'll see, but I do get quite a few, I'd say maybe sneaky kills, but in a sense I think they're quite official, kind of legit kills. But you'll see in a second anyway. But going back to the point, we'll be going through the new British SPG line, which for some won't be too interesting because I know I'm not too much into SPGs, but it's quite interesting nonetheless. And the Severogorsk is a new map, if I said that right. It's like some sort of Russian name. New winter map resembling Eastern European landscape, which is quite nice. I haven't actually played it yet, but I think I may have done it in a training battle, so yeah, it actually is quite a nice map. Mostly open space, and there are a few buildings obviously and a few facilities, which makes it good for some cover, but it is quite a good arty map, so if you're into arty you should be able to perform quite nicely there. In terms of British SPGs, we've got the tier 2 Lloyd gun carriage, tier 3 Birch gun, tier 4 Sexton 2, tier 5 Bishop, tier 6 Crusader 5.5 inch SP, tier 7 FV304, tier 8 FV207, tier 9 FV3805 and the tier 10 Conqueror gun carriage. So all pretty good SPGs. Haven't really had too much experience with them yet, but if any of you guys have, just comment below and say what you think about them. Some of them do look pretty decent. I know I've seen a Bishop in the game and that performed quite nicely, so they look quite good if you're into SPGs, but again I'm not sure I'll be making the grind to get up that line anyway. But moving on to what has changed, the T52 has been replaced completely by the MT25. Again, I don't have much experience of the M25, but maybe it's good, I'm not quite sure. Basically, if you've had that tank researched but don't have it, you have automatically researched the MT25. If you had the T52 in your garage, you'll now have the MT25. So again, I'm not sure how that performs in comparison to the T52, so I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but again, just comment below and say what you think about the MT25, because it would be interesting to see. And other stuff is any experience gathered on the T52 will be transferred to the MT25, and again, experience that you had on your T50 will be transferred to the KV1S. So I'm assuming that either, maybe if you haven't unlocked it, I'm not sure, I'm assuming if you haven't unlocked it, possibly when you unlock it you free up that XP that you have from the T50. I'm not quite sure how that works, but nonetheless, if you're going down the Soviet heavy route, that would be quite useful, because if you can unlock the KV1 and get straight to the best gun, you'll be in quite a good deal, because I know the stock KV1S is horrible to play. It truly is a pretty bad tank at stock, and you're going to get killed all the time, so that might be quite useful to some of you. And there has been a couple of new additions in the premium line. We've got the E25 tier 7 tank destroyer. Again, I don't have any experience of it. I have seen it in the games, and actually it does look like a very, very nice little tank destroyer. I have killed it a few times, but I think the guy didn't particularly know how to play it, but when I've seen it, it looks actually pretty nice. It's like a mini Hetzer. If you think about how small a Hetzer is, think about half of that, and you've got the E25. Not quite sure what its armor stats are, but I kind of think it's probably comparable to the Hetzer. So again, at tier 7, you're going to be in a bit of trouble if people are shooting at you, but it's so small. I mean, if you know how to play it, if you know where to hide, you should be able to do some decent damage and hide away quite nicely. But in terms of British SPGs, there's a new tier 3, I'm not sure why you'd want a tier 3 SPG, but if you want it, it's there, the Sexton 1, which is the new British premium SPG. So again, not sure how that fares. I'm not sure I'd be that tempted to buy a tier 3 premium SPG, but again, it's there for you to get. I could actually think of downloading the test server again so I can test out some of these premium tanks and possibly actually go back to doing some proper reviews on this, on some of the patches before they come out to the live server, because I think that would probably be quite good and you guys would probably like to see that. Apart from that, there isn't too much to talk about apart from balancing, which they've done quite a bit. I mean, they've done some balancing to the T50 apparently, which again, I'm not sure how that works with the experience being transferred, because I'm not quite sure. So there you go, but the release notes are available online if you want to read more thoroughly into them, but at this point I'll probably just commentate over what's going on in this. But in the meantime, I will be doing some World of Warplanes at some point, probably more likely some more War Thunder, but I did say I would do like a World of Warplanes video just to show you what that's all about, so hopefully I'll get that up soon. In the meantime, I have killed an IS-8, again just because he was on very low health and he was showing his side, so pretty much anything can penetrate the side of a tank. But the other guy, truthfully, was kind of chasing him, and obviously had to reload, and I was just there in the time. But in fact, stealing kills isn't too much of an issue. I wouldn't say I particularly stole that, I was just there at the right time kind of thing. But in that regard though, he was probably reloading, as I said, and we kind of just finished him off. And you get more XP for damage anyway, kills don't really equate to much. I get quite a nice little kill here. There's a Shag Tiger, another tier 9 actually. Again, I will say I didn't get a ton of XP for this game because it is based on damage. And that was just a normal AP round, so I'm not sure if I like hit him in the wrong place or if he was facing the other way, but it didn't look like he was. But otherwise, apart from that, we managed to kill him, which was quite good. He was on low health as well, so we didn't get too much damage on that one. But it was quite cool because we did take out 2 tier 9s, which I think is quite good. And we've got this little guy down here, WZ-132, Chinese light tank, and that was quite lucky because that is a tier 8 light tank. Again, very low health, so essentially we didn't really get too much XP for killing him. Although having said that, in the position we're in, even if it was on a bit higher health, we probably could have done a bit more damage to him. But anyway, that's the end of the replay and the end of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, remember to like and subscribe. See you next time.